Welcome to Wally Life 2021. 2020 was a very difficult year. Here at Wally Life, we enjoy covering interesting people, places, and events throughout the Pocono Mountains. And needless to say, many of those events were canceled due to the pandemic. As we enter 2021, we've decided to kick it off with some fresh new ideas. So over the course of the next few months, you'll see lots of changes and new content. First up, all 6 of the Pocono Mountain ski areas are open. Check out their websites for COVID requirements and hours of operation. From all of us here at Wally Life, stay safe.
Skiing, snowboarding, and snow tubing in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania is a great way to spend a winter vacation. With 6 locations to choose from, there is something for everyone, from beginners to experienced snow sports fanatics. All 6 locations offer lodges, rentals, snack bars, restaurants, skiing, snowboarding, snow tubing, snowmaking equipment on all trails, skiing and snowboard lessons, ski patrol, and places to stay nearby. Let's take a quick look at each location. For a list of all the winter activities in the Pocono Mountains, check out poconomountains.com.
Another great activity is eagle watching on Lake Wallenpaupack or along the Delaware and Lackawaxen rivers. There are many spots to see these majestic birds. Visit DelawareHighlands.org for more information on self-guided eagle watching tours.
If you're looking for a fun outdoor winter activity for the entire family, an eagle watching adventure is a great day trip. The Delaware Highlands Conservancy operates the Eagle Institute in Lackawaxen, Pennsylvania on the Upper Delaware River. Their staff can direct you to the best locations to see eagles in the wild and to learn about these majestic birds.
The Upper Delaware is actually a very unique place to see eagles in the wintertime. We have a very large influx of overwintering eagles here between the months of January and February that come from Canada and north of New York. They spend their winters here because the river doesn't freeze solid and they're able to access food. The eagles love fish. That is their favorite food source by far. So that's why they do come down here in the wintertime from the north. My first day out in the field, I stepped out of my car and into one of the blinds, and when I saw an eagle coming, it was really completely amazing. It was chills up my spine, hair on the back of your neck stands up, sort of thing. It was really amazing. It was really amazing. People think that the eagles are back in full numbers and that there's no need to protect them any longer. Unfortunately, that is not the case. The number one threat to eagles is loss of habitat. And just like humans, eagles like to make their nests in a lot of beautiful areas like along the rivers, and that just happens to be where the bald eagles like to nest because of the close access to food. We run eagle watching trips during the months of January and February to try to give people the opportunity to see the bald eagle in their natural environment. This program is run by all volunteers. We have over 60 active volunteers that staff the visitor center and our eagle viewing locations throughout the months of January and February. And this program would not be possible without the help of our very dedicated volunteers.
The Pocono Mountains in northeast Pennsylvania is an ideal location for eagle watching. From Lake Wallenpaupack down the Lackawaxen River to the Delaware River, eagles can be found in trees, along riverbanks, and flying freely above lakes and rivers. The Lackawaxen area hosts a large number of eagles, where the Lackawaxen meets the Delaware River, and the currents caused by the meeting of these two rivers keeps the water from freezing, providing the perfect feeding spot. One resident eagle's nest can be viewed across the Lackawaxen River from Two River Junction. Other great viewing areas include the Zane Grey Museum and Boat Launch, the Roebling Bridge, and driving along the roads next to the Lackawaxen and Delaware rivers. For more information and a map of eagle watching locations, visit DelawareHighlands.org.
And if you happen to be in Lackawaxen, stop by and check out the historic Roebling Bridge.
Hello, I'm Ranger Brandon, and I'm standing in front of the Roebling Bridge in the Upper Delaware Scenic and Recreational River. The Upper Delaware River is the home of the oldest existing wire suspension bridge in the United States. The Delaware Aqueduct, now known as the Roebling Bridge, was built in 1847 as part of the Delaware and Hudson Canal System. It was the first suspension bridge designed and built by John A. Roebling, who later built the Brooklyn Bridge. As a solution to bottlenecks in traffic on the Delaware River, the Delaware and Hudson Canal Company commissioned Roebling to build the aqueduct. Prior to the construction of the aqueduct, the D&H Canal Company used a rope and ferry slackwater dam system to cross the Delaware River at the Lackawaxen Junction. Unfortunately, at the same time, the timber industry was also using the Delaware River to float lumber to Delaware shipyards and industries in Trenton and Philadelphia. Congestion at the junction caused several collisions between timber rafts and canal traffic, costing lives and lost revenue for both industries. Due to the loss of life, the D&H Canal Company approved John Roebling's plan to build the canal above the river. The aqueduct was a success and operated for 50 years until the closing of the canal system in 1898, as a result of the decline in demand for products transported by canal and the growth of the railroad industry, which provided a faster and cheaper way to get products to market. Shortly after being decommissioned, the aqueduct was sold to a private individual who converted it into a toll bridge. The original toll house, built in 1900 on the New York side of the bridge, is still in place and has been converted to a museum containing the history of the Roebling Bridge. Following the conversion to a toll bridge, the structure underwent a series of modifications. The Delaware Aqueduct continued to function as a vehicle bridge until 1979. In 1980, the National Park Service purchased the aqueduct to be preserved as part of the Upper Delaware Scenic and Recreational River. Almost all of the Delaware Aqueduct's existing ironwork, cables, saddles, and suspenders are the same materials installed when the structure was built. Many of the cutting-edge engineering techniques and principles used to construct the aqueduct are still in use today. The two suspension cables made of wrought iron strands, spun on site under the direction of John Roebling, are the original cables used to construct the bridge. Each 8 1/2 inch diameter suspension cable carries 2,150 wires bunched into 7 strands. The cable strands are held in place by wrapping wire. The wrapping wire was the only component of the cable system replaced in 1985, after almost 140 years of use. Roebling's cast iron pier saddles still sit astride these cables as they cross the original stone piers. The canal company replaced the wooden superstructure made of white pine every 25 years. The last surviving canal-era timbers were removed in the 1930s. In 1986, the bridge was renovated using Roebling's original plans, drawings, notes, and specifications, after which the wooden icebreakers, towpaths, and aqueduct walls were reconstructed in 1995. Today, visitors can walk across this former aqueduct, following the path taken by canal boys and their mules over a century ago. Where canal boats once slowly floated, modern vehicles now cross the Delaware River between New York and Pennsylvania. Located less than 2 hours from Manhattan, the Roebling Bridge attracts thousands of visitors each year to view and walk across one of the last remaining historic bridges of its type, whose engineering innovations allowed for larger bridges to be built, connecting communities and creating beautiful landmarks. The Roebling Bridge is just one of many cultural treasures found in the Upper Delaware Scenic and Recreational River. To learn more about Upper Delaware's historic treasures, visit the National Park Service website at nps.gov.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Collins with Davis R. Chant Realtors. With over 50 years of serving the Lake Wallenpaupack region, Chant Realtors sells more homes by volume than any other realtor in the area. The Lake Wallenpaupack area is an attractive place to live because of its low taxes, great school districts, and beautiful scenery. Agents at Davis R. Chant Realtors have an extensive knowledge of the local market and experience with everyone from first-time home buyers to experienced investors. Chant uses a variety of print media, billboards, open houses, and national websites to promote properties and reach buyers. We work with sellers to put together a thoughtful but aggressive market plan tailored to each home individually. Here at Chant, we know that working together and providing channels of communication and feedback is important for the best outcome when selling your home. We provide a unique feature called Seller's Dashboard to our sellers, which allow you to view up-to-the-minute online information about your home, including how it is being marketed, how often it is being shown, and notes from agents and buyers. If you are ready to relocate, upgrade, downsize, or know anyone who is considering the Lake region, please stop by or call Davis R. Chant Realtors at 570-226-4518 or visit us online at chantre.com.
i2 Print is your premium printing service for all your professional printing needs. We'll help you throughout the printing process from design to distribution. With bookbinding abilities, we'll be able to help you get the word out or promote your business with branded assets and products. i2 Print offers top quality print products at competitive prices with quick turnaround and fast delivery. From business cards, large format posters, brochures, and wrap cards to annual reports, i2Print can print everything you need to promote your product, service, and business. With the best printing technology available today, we live up to our tag: service, speed, and success. Choose i2Print for your next printing project.
Coming up, a moment in Pocono Mountains history, the building of Lake Wallenpaupack.
From dream to dam, this is the story of the making of Lake Wallenpaupack.
I'm John Tandy. I'm actually an engineer who got interested in history when my wife and I began to research some property that we bought in Pennsylvania. The genesis of the Lake Wallenpaupack project really is 1905 with the Pike Water Power Company. In the late 1890s, they bought the dam and the mills that were at the top of the falls. They had a 4-acre lake. Now they published a plan for the purposes of creating water power project that would have made a lake that was 5,577.5 acres. That plan was published in Colonel Watrous' paper in Scranton, so we know he knew about it. The investors from Philadelphia had never put together enough money to make that plan come to fruition. So the Colonel recognized that it was there, and he stepped in, and starting about 1911, they ran around the countryside buying up all the property that they would need to create the lake. They had it all put together. They had the engineering done, they had the land purchased. By about 1914, that was ready to go. World War I broke out. The world's economy tended to fall apart, and as a result, Colonel's project had no buyer for the power. So he had all this money invested in land and all the engineering work, and no buyer. Until 1922, when Pennsylvania Power and Light Company was looking for more generation capacity. They recognized that that was a really good project, so they bought it lock, stock, and barrel.
Because of advancements in technology between the initial drawings and construction, the plans were altered slightly. The powerhouse was redesigned with the number of turbines reduced, and the powerhouse itself was to be built away from the dam. The design for the dam itself remained largely unchanged, a concrete gravity dam to block the river.
Gravity dams are called gravity dams because they depend on gravity to hold the dam in place. And there are two forces that the dam has to resist. One of them is a sliding force, causing the dam to slide downstream. The second one is a tipping force, generated by the water pressure against the face of the dam, trying to tip the dam over. And gravity provides the resisting force for both of those.
Shovels hit the ground on May 1st, 1924. However, infrastructure had to first be built to support the project.
Concrete is one of those things that's known as a local commodity because concrete, crushed stone, all that kind of stuff, it doesn't pay to ship it very far. So you quarry it as close to the site that you're going to use it. So in those days, there were not any local concrete manufacturers. There was nobody that actually mixed the concrete. So part of the project was to create what they referred to as the batching plant, about where the Mangan Cove boat ramp is today. And the entire hillside behind that was pretty good quality sand and gravel. So the batching plant was set up so they could scrape the sand and gravel out of the hillside, wash it, mix it, add the cement to it, mix that together, and then haul it a fairly short distance either to the dam or to the dike. There's actually a concrete core to the dike, or down to the powerhouse. In order to do that, they built a small-scale railroad that ran from about where the powerhouse is up the hillside to the dam site, and that's how they hauled in all the cement. And also then that allowed them to transport all of the Douglas fir in order to make the flow line. The original flow line was constructed from Douglas fir. The Douglas fir was actually harvested in the Pacific Northwest, but because it was so difficult to ship across country, they actually took it down and shipped it by boat through the Panama Canal to New York City, where it was offloaded, put on train cars, and then brought up to the site. And then they took it up the railroad to their finishing plant, planers, and so forth, and then distributed along the line in order to make the float light.
Construction continued through 1926 with the building of the powerhouse and surge tank in Kimball's, the Tafton Dike, and the dam face.
Originally, the power from the power plant was used just as part of our Pennsylvania Power and Light's capacity. At the time, they didn't have much generation capacity, and Wallenpaupack actually formed a very large fraction of the amount of power they could produce. So it would have been used whenever they needed power for anything. It was online for that purpose. As they got bigger and bigger plants elsewhere, steam-powered plants, nuclear plants, all that stuff, Wallenpaupack became a smaller and smaller portion of their generation capacity. But the nice thing about a hydropower project is that you can use it for what they call peaking. That is, you can run it at the times when you have a higher peak demand for power. The original permits for the lake from the state include that there have to be public access areas to the lake. So recreation on the lake was on the minds of the regulators from the very beginning. The 4 required recreation areas by a license agreement are Caffrey, Ledgedale, Wilsonville, and Ironwood Point. The percentage of use, whether, is it a power dam today or is it a recreation area? Well, that use has changed over the years. Initially, there was very little recreation on Lake Wallenpaupack because it was really hard to get here. 1926, roads are bad, transportation's bad, there's no real good railroad. It was hard to get here, so people did not use this for recreation. But as time went on, transportation got easier, and it slowly shifted from no recreation to where people would come up here and fish for a week. After World War II, transportation got really easy. People started coming up here for weekends, and it started to turn into less fishing and more, boating and recreation and skiing and all that kind of stuff. And then slowly, from the 1970s on, it shifted from that kind of resort recreation to second homes.
The spirit of fun has never left the shores of Lake Wallenpaupack. Thousands of visitors come each year to enjoy the lake and all it has to offer. Nearly 100 years later, Wallenpaupack is still going strong, and it's all thanks to water and power.
The Sterling Business and Technology Park is currently divided into 23 lots ranging in size from 3 to 30 acres. Each lot in the park is KOZ certified for companies that qualify. The Sterling Business and Technology Park is perfectly located just off Exit 17 on Interstate 84 in northeastern Pennsylvania, just under 2 hours from New York City. If you would like to explore locating your business at Sterling Business and Technology Park, visit sterlingbusinesspark.com.
So, you want to know what this whole Freedom Boat Club thing is all about? Simply put, we're a club that makes boating, well, simple. Here's how it works. You join the club, you pay a one-time membership fee, and then monthly dues from there on out. And instantly, you get access to a fleet of boats. As a member, their entire fleet is at your disposal. All those things you imagine boating to be suddenly become reality. When you're done, you simply head back to the dock where the boat club staff will be waiting. Leave the boat with them, and that's it.
Valentine's Day will be here before you know it, and of course the occasion may look a bit different this year. The hospitality industry needs our support now more than ever, so why not order from you and your sweetie's favorite restaurant or indulge at someplace new?
Pan-seared New York strip, topped with cherry peppered onions, with a side of purple sweet potato puree and garlic sautéed Brussels sprouts. This is one of many unique, flavorful dishes created at the Settlers Inn in Hawley.
We have a legacy of having very good quality food.
Whether Valentine's Day is in person or to go, Chef Kate and her team are ready to deliver.
We try to do meals like this that are a little bit more high-end for special events.
The restaurant uses a farm-to-table approach. Many ingredients, like these purple sweet potatoes, are locally sourced.
We put a lot of caring into it, and we try to find food from our region that others have put their all into. Like, we care very much about our food.
Dasaki is another great Valentine's Day dinner option for those craving fresh sushi and hibachi.
We have food delivered every day, daily. We have fresh meats delivered daily, and we cut them fresh every day. No frozen food here at all.
General Manager Vincent Trapasso expects a busy Valentine's Day since the occasion also falls on President's Day week. To celebrate, Dasaki will be offering several specials.
We have lots of things that we do for all the families, especially on Valentine's night.
Dasaki is more than a restaurant, it's an experience, sure to light the flame between you and your Valentine.
We really pride ourselves on the food, the quality of the food and how it's crafted and put together. All of our sushi and hibachi chefs are all master craftsmen at what they do.
Back at the Settlers Inn, Chef Kate puts the finishing touches on this delicious dish, which pairs perfectly with the inn's 40th anniversary wine.
We're always trying to find something new to bring them that people might enjoy. And I think that's something that our guests do appreciate.
Meals made with love to be enjoyed with the one you love. For Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
Make your visit to the Poconos the best it can be. Go to visitpoconos.com. Explore events, attractions, lodging, dining, shopping, and more. Visit Poconos is your one-stop shop. Be in the know and visitpoconos.com.
Tune in to Wally Life every Monday at 9 p.m. on Blue Ridge Communications Channel 13 for the latest in life around Lake Wallenpaupack.